So are you ready to get into D23?
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into that. This is gonna be brief, as possible. Um, I think a lot of people were having high expectations for D23. To give the audience what's D23. D23 or Disney 23 is this basically like Comic Con or CinemaCon is basically just all Disney presentations of all upcoming projects from their movies or TV division of Disney Plus now, from Pixar, Disney Animation, of course Lucasfilm, and of course Marvel Studios. And we're just discussing the Marvel Studios panel. I gotta say it was a good, uh, you know, a good presentation for all parts. We got a lot of big news, trailers from Disintention, Hocus Pocus 2, and oh my god, like The Little Mermaid. I don't know if you've seen that one. But
No.
yeah,
Yeah. I really only watched the Marvel stuff out of
okay,
D23 so far, but
yeah, yeah. Check out the was it the Enchanted sequel, the Emmy Adams film?
hmm
That one looked good.
yeah, I like I liked Enchanted, so yeah, I'll check that out.
Yeah, it was really good. It's doing something new, and I'm not gonna spoil that for you. It's
Okay.
really great trailer.
Yeah.
It's I think a perfect sequel from that movie. But yeah, so um, let's kind of get into what was the surprise things of the announcement for D23? Well, for you.
Um, I mean, the leader coming back for
Mm,
Captain America.
yes, of course. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I hadn't really been following the production of Werewolf by Night for a while, so
Okay.
I did not know that that was like the look and the tone that they were gonna go for.
Mm,
And I was really excited by that. I thought it looks really like fun and different, and it could
yeah.
be really interesting. I also didn't know that um, Elsa Bloodstone was gonna be in it,
Blood.
or
Who's that?
Elsa. What's her name? Isn't it
Yeah.
Elsa Bloodstone? Yeah,
Let's.
Elsa Bloodstone.
That's his Bloodstone. I'm not
The
familiar with the
okay.
character. Um, Blood, Bloodstone. Is he the main lead for the show?
Yeah, like the female lead. She's in Next Wave in the comics. Um,
Okay. Yeah, and she was played by. I think is she the actress from Outlander? I think.
um,
Yes.
okay,
Laura.
yeah, Laura Donnelly.
Yeah, and she's from the Nevers, the HBO show. That's
Okay,
like the Victoria X Men. Yes.
okay.
Yeah, I'm excited for that one. She's really great. I seen Outlander a couple times and think she's really great. And
Mm.
yeah, I gotta say, did you see the clip, the very quick image of Man Thing?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I was like, oh my god, Man Thing is in the show, and I was like, everyone knows Man Thing is like kind of like Swamp Thing from Marvel, but different. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and I rewatched the trailer today. I knew it was them, but I didn't. I was kind of guessing myself, but the time variant are in this show as well. Like you see them
Mm-hmm. The
briefly being
TVA.
the
Yeah.
TVA. Yeah, I'm very curious about that. That's like very intriguing. Um, but yeah, and then Gail Garcia Merrill was playing Jack Russell, the werewolf creature. Um, I'm very excited to see him in this show and the universe, and I think that's like really great. And towards the end of the trailer, I love me in when Elsa Bloodstone
Mm-hmm.
is like holding in the cage. You see like the silhouette of him turning into the werewolf, and that's so cool. I caught that the second time. I was like, oh my god, that's a great way to see the werewolf changing and like
Mm-hmm.
in the shadows and her seeing it. just oh my god, it reminds me of, like, Universal film mixed with, like, you know, mid 2000 horror film
Hmm.
sensibilities. I think this and it's coming out on October 7th. We got the release date as well.
Yeah,
That's
which
a
is very soon.
yeah, very soon,
Three
Friday.
weeks, right?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Oh,
very
less than 3 weeks.
yeah. Oh my god, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, yeah, I thought the trailer was good. You know, I thought it was very high quality, so that's good. Um,
Hmm.
I guess I'm kind of curious how this is gonna fit with the multiverse saga. Really, like, I that part is where I'm like, I'm excited now, but like
Hmm.
I'm kind of curious where, like, how does this fit, or if not, it's gonna be just a standalone thing. I'm not happy for that. That's just totally fine. So, anything else for Werewolf by Night? Um,
No, I think those were the main things that I was excited by
yeah.
from that. But
I want to get into my favorite trailer,
hmm.
and the one we got is Secret Invasion. Um,
Hmm.
that one was my favorite thing about the presentation for D23. Um, I'm very excited now for this project now than before. As you say before with Werewolf by Night,
Hmm.
I really like the tone of this show. It's Winter Soldier vibe. So excited to see Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury as the lead for a project. It was great.
Hmm.
I'm very excited for Benison to come back as Tados, the Skull leader
Hmm.
from and just in general, just this, like, again, Marvel, like, spy thriller in the superhero contents is really great. I'm very stoked for next year, and we got confirmation that Armor Wars is still on, and I think they're keeping quiet because I think Secret Invasion is going to be the thing to lead to Armor Wars. So
Hmm.
I think people are theorizing that maybe Rhodey stopped being War Machine, and that maybe the events of Secret Invasion leading into Armor Wars will lead him to go back to the suit, maybe.
Hmm.
So that could be where we're heading for his character. You know, because he's like a secretary. Like, he has now like a what is it, like a
A cabinet position.
yeah. So I'm kind of curious where he's at. And we see a couple of we see Emily Clark in this trailer.
Hmm.
Um, we see Olivia Colman in this trailer. Very cool. See her in the show in this
Hmm.
universe. And Martin Freeman as H.M. Ross. He's
Hmm.
here as well. I'm very excited to see him again. So very good trailer. I really like this trailer. I think it was neat and organized. So it did
Yeah.
its job. Um, then the next big one was Thunderbolts. Let's
Hmm.
kind of get into that. We got the cast officially. So the main team we're gonna have is Black Widow, Elena Bolfla, played by Florence Pugh, U.S. agent, of course, played by Wyatt Russell, of course, Taskmaster. Don't know is going to be, the Dreykov character. They didn't
I
really
think it is. I think she appeared
Okay,
on stage with everyone.
okay. That was Ghost. That was the actress.
I thought
Um,
both of them were there, but
really? Oh my god, I need to double check that. But yeah, so Taskmaster's there. Of course, Ghost is going to be here. So Hannah was in the presentation, and also uh, Wyatt Russell was there. Witch Soldier is going to be in the team, so we're going to see again Sebastian Stan. He was there as well for the
hmm.
D23. Of course, Val was there, so Travis was there as well in the
Hmm.
presentation. And then the last one was Guardian, Red Guardian, first
Hmm.
played by Dave Harper, which I'm so happy he's back, and he was in the stage as well. So yeah, I say it's I think everyone was happy but also overwhelmed because there were, few missions, which we'll get into. What's your thoughts about this lineup? Are you excited now with the official lineup and all that?
Yeah, I was surprised by a few of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I was surprised that Abomination wasn't in it. Although I guess less so after watching
The
his
show.
appearance in She-Hulk. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was surprised by Red Guardian, but I'm glad he's in it because I liked that character in Black Widow, and I'm a fan of David Harbour.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. Um, Always excited to see more of John Walker because I thought he was the best part of Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Um,
I agree.
and then I'm glad we're seeing Ghost again because
Yes.
I really liked her in Ant-Man and the Wasp. And then
Yeah.
of course I loved Yelena from Black Widow.
Yeah. Yeah. Alea and U.S. Agent was like the two that people were expecting.
Mm-hmm.
So it was great to see them, and I'm very excited for Ghost. I with you, Will. I like Ghost. She is the best thing about Ant-Man and the Wasp for me. Um, and also as an Iron Man fan, I like Ghost as a character. So I am very happy with how the MCU had adapted that character.
Mm-hmm.
I was very shocked about Taskmaster
Me
being
too.
the lineup, and some have kind of say it, and it's kind of obvious. It feels like a sequel to Black Widow.
Mm-hmm.
Like this feels like a Black Widow 2.
Yeah.
You know, like half the team is literally like the Russians. I mean, like, you understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Minus the Winter Soldier. It's different from the MCU from the comics. Yeah, so I'm very excited. This is the Marvel Suicide Squad. So, I will say it was very. I think honestly, you mentioned Abomination. I think he could be in the team later on. I think they're saving
Mm-hmm.
him for a future potential. If we need to see how he is in She-Hulk because he is coming back as well with like Juan did. So I
Okay.
will see how where we're taking a Black Sea. But the big one people were really talking about was Simo because Simo is the leader of Thunderbolts. He's the one that created the team,
Mm-hmm.
or led it. Because I don't know, I'm not familiar with Thunderbolts. And my guess, if I think they're making him to be the villain for Thunderbolts, it just makes
Mm-hmm.
sense.
Yeah,
I
I could see
because
that.
because we're making it such a different like they're drastically changing Thunderbolts from the comics.
Right.
You know,
All of these characters that they've chosen seem to be like morally gray, whereas the Thunderbolts, at least the original Thunderbolts in the comics, were like definitely villains pretending
yeah,
to be heroes. So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, this feels more like similar to the Suicide Squad almost.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and get it right this time. Then the Suicide Squad's first
Well,
film.
yeah, movie.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know, but yeah, so I think that makes sense. And this is how you do the Suicide Squad. Like I thought you make the Joker be the main villain,
Mm-hmm.
and with Simo, especially this version of Simo from the MCU, he's completely different, and it makes sense to make him be the main villain for the film.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. I think this movie is the last film for Phase 5. This movie, I'm trying to figure out where it's gonna end, like 2024, right in July or something like that. Um, Hold on, let me. Yeah, like July 26th, 2024, right? So maybe next year Comic Con will get an announcement. Simo is going to be the main villain and such, but we'll see. Um, yeah, I'm concerned because I don't want another genetic supervillain. So yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
so yeah, so but that was the other one. Um, you mentioned Captain America: New World Order. I want to
Mm-hmm.
piggyback that because you mentioned the leader. I was shocked to see the leader, come back. I'm so happy because Tim Blake Nelson is great,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
so I hope we see him as She-Hulk first because it just makes sense to put him in the Hulk centric theme. But if not,
Mm-hmm.
then okay, fine. It's gonna be in Captain America. So and I guess I hope this makes kind of confirmation that he was the power broker, and then Sharon is working for him.
Hmm.
Or the other way around, but we'll see. We got a new character. Was it the new Falcon actor that was from Falcon with Soldier is going to be in
Yep.
the movie, so that was kind of expected. And then we got this new Isuri superhero. Not familiar with this character. She's going to be the mutant, so she's going to be the first mutant in a movie we're going to see. Uh,
Hmm.
Maybe they will confirm that to set up more of the mutants in the MCU. So, but yeah, but nothing major there. It was just like the Lear was the big thing people were talking about. So that was great. And yeah, we got Echo and Daredevil born again. Uh, anyway, Echo, uh, confirmation. Kingpin survive. No big deal. The brief synopsis: he's wearing eye patch from the footage from
Hmm.
what I heard from my sources, the sources I checked. So that's good. And then we get into Daredevil born again. We got Charlie Cox being there, and this is Divine Awful as Kingpin there, and Charlie confirmed that this is a completely reboot of the character. It's not going to be fourth. This is not a continuation of season 4 Netflix Daredevil. So
Hmm.
this is going to be a very much reboot. So kind of makes sense. I mean, with the costume and all that. So what do you think about that, Will? About the reboot?
Well, I don't know if he meant that it's like a completely different version of the character. I just think he meant
Yeah,
like it's like a soft reboot. Like they aren't going to reference things that happened in
yeah,
the Netflix show, but
yeah,
it could still be the same like version, like that same Matt Murdock. You know?
yeah, yeah. No, yeah. That's like it sounds like I
Yeah.
gotta say. It's just weird. They're doing the same thing with the Incredible Hulk or Spider-Man Homecoming, where we're just like, okay, he's been here for a while, so
Hmm.
so. Yeah. But yeah, and well, the cool thing was, I don't know, you see the like very rough concept art or footage of the logo for Daredevil Bargain, but we got the 2Ds finally.
Hmm.
Um, that's a big deal. Hopefully, we see the 2Ds in his chest and the costume. Um, but yeah, so that's great news there. And then in general, I guess we'll get into the big. I think people were disappointed, and I was kind of shocked we didn't get anything revealed for Phase 6. Um,
Hmm.
Fantastic Four, but I can maybe understand the Fantastic Four casting not being announced here yet because, like, they confirmed, of course, Matt Ackerman or Sackerman from WandaVision is going to direct the film of
Hmm.
FF. That okay, we know that for a long time now, but people were surprised about that. Not no casting announcements or anything for Phase 6 because we were left, not having the other dates compared to Phase 5 or really the ones we know now for Phase 6. So it was weird we didn't get any new updates for Phase 6, but I don't know. So that's them. But I think it was cool, but it was just too. Yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on not having Phase 6 being revealed and all that?
I mean, I get they're gonna want to like save something to reveal in the next couple years, and it's not
Yeah,
like they don't have enough to talk about for Phase 4 or in
yeah,
Phase 5. So I get
yeah.
it.
Okay.
Um, yeah, I was surprised that we didn't hear anything about Blade.
Oh yes, that's true.
Yeah,
Um,
because that's coming out like next year.
yes, 2023. Yeah, we got a couple things from Ant-Man and the Wasp, and the Marvels. I let me describe the footage for the Marvels. We see now that Carol and Monica are being together, since because they both working with Nick Fury, and Nick Fury has been training Monica to be a superhero. So she's already being kind of like a superhero,
Hmm.
and And all three of them, and Miss Marvel, they have something like being like I say being transferred to other dimensions. So it confirms from the post credits scene she's saying no, 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 because well, because she was with Monica and she doesn't know where is Monica is. That's
Mm,
why she has that reaction in Miss Marvel episode 6.
okay.
So and so they Miss Marvel switch where Monica is probably be. And there was like a funny scene, apparently from the synopsis. She sees Nick Fury, and she's like, "Oh my God, Nick Fury!" from Miss Marvel. So that was funny. That's very much Miss Marvel reaction, I can imagine. Yeah, so I say it's a lot of fun, and the chemistry between all three actresses were good. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp footage were like the same from Comic Con, but more extended. So we see more of like Pym being arrogant and full of this fame now with the Endgame
Mm-hmm.
aftermath. And then with the Kane interaction from the Comic Con is more extended because he, I think, had captured uh, Cassie. So
Mm-hmm.
nothing much there. And then yeah, nothing major happened. I don't know about Guardians Family 3. There was nothing new. So there was nothing new there. So it
Mm-hmm.
was just Ant-Man and Marvels had footage there exclusively for D23. And as you say before, well, Blade, just no mention. But hey, get more of it, I think, in Comic Con next year. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, but you're right, Will. I mean, we got like a few years discussing these other movies coming up. I mean, like, look, we're in She-Hulk now, and then like next month we're gonna start ramping up Black Panther. That's
Mm-hmm.
coming out in November, and you and I and everyone are excited for that film, and so we're not gonna focus on any of the faces until we see that film because Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is gonna close off Phase 4. So so yeah, so a lot of things we could discuss, and I agree with you. I think they will reveal face like I think they will reveal Phase 6 either in a Disney Investors Day or next year's Comic Con.
Mm-hmm.
Or they will do something like the what was it? You remember the 2014 Phase 3 reveal in Capitan Theater?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Yep.
do maybe going to do that again, maybe or in a different area, but I don't know. So yeah, so a lot of questions. Uh, yeah. So anything else I missing from the 23? Will, or is that pretty much what we covered so far?
I That's all that I can think of.
Yeah, because those were the ones they really focus on. Um, besides reveals and all that. So yeah. Let me just double check what we haven't missed yet. I mean the logos for each studio. Oh, thank God I had this in my notes. Loki season 2. Um, we They show footage there. We have a new casting for season 2. It's Daniel. Who was it? Oh my God, what's the guy's? Key Hey Khan from Everything Ever All at Once has joined the cast for Loki season 2.
Mm-hmm.
That's exciting. And I
Yeah,
don't
it
know.
is.
Yeah, I don't know. You've seen the picture of him reunion Harrison Ford.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, I never expect that, and it's so cute. And I really want him to be in the Indiana Jones film to come back. Oh my God, I want that now. I'm so happy for him to come back in the movies, and happy that he's back and staying up for good and being part of the MCU. So that's great. So that was another major one. That was a big thing. Then Armor Worlds. I want to bring up Armor Wars again. It's apparently going to begin filming next year, so that's why you don't have a release
Okay.
date yet. So it could
Mm-hmm.
be in Phase 6, really, or around 2024 as a Disney Plus show because it is a Disney Plus show.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so and yeah, then that's really it. Oh, Ironheart. There was something with it. We got confirmed. The Hood is the main
Mm-hmm.
villain. Nothing major there because it's still in filming. So just a logo, and then I think um, Black Panther had exclusive footage as well. Because it say Wakanda is protecting its rebellion from the rest of the world despite its weakened position, of course, with T'Challa not being there. But yeah, so that's all we have for the announcement for D23 Expo for Marvel. It was good. So uh,
Yeah.
yeah. So but yeah, thank you, Will, for joining me today. Um,
Yeah. Thank you.
yeah. Thank you for sticking with this long podcast. It was just a lot happened with Marvel with the
Yeah.
D23.
A lot to cover.
Yeah, yeah. So, but thank you so much. Of course, me and Will be back again for She-Hulk podcast and the usual routine of it. But yeah, thank you everyone for listening to this podcast. Have a good week, you guys. We'll be back soon.